Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, March 5th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this would be a video for you. First off, a couple of clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol MASS. Big mover today, and certainly got to think a lot of people will be keeping an eye on it tomorrow. So let's first map out what I would consider an important trend line headed into Wednesday, and that's right there. So green for support. And overall, assuming you care about the bigger picture of things, as long as the price stays above that line, so it could come down here, then make a crazy move, come down here. But as long as the price stays above that line, that implies that the price itself is building higher lows. And from a bigger picture standpoint, that's what it's all about. You just want to see the chart, the price build higher bases as time goes by, and that's what that trend line right there will assist you with. In terms of areas of resistance, key level right now, right up at that area. So the price is well within the range of potentially breaking through that area of resistance. So keep an eye on that moving forward. But all in all, great solid movement. And now it's just a question of does the price need to consolidate a little bit more by pulling back and then making another move up to that level? We'll have to see what happens with it. But if you like this price range and you like stocks with movement, then this one certainly fits the bill. But right now, looking like it's wanting to pull back here a little bit, but we'll see what happens with it. So keep your eye on this area of resistance and that support, and we'll see how things continue to play out on Wednesday. Next one here, TSLL, and to give credit where credit's due, very, very impressive movement. To think at one point the price was down here, and now it's worked its way all the way up there. So good solid bounce, but that does lead to the question, is there any sort of genuine power behind this price movement? And I have no idea, but by using charts, we can make answering that question very straightforward. And in my mind, it all revolves around this area down here at $11.25. Why is that so important? Well, hopefully we can all agree with the logic that price movements with genuine power are going to progress forward. So in other words, if the price were to come down here, behave like that, and then continue on down, what would you have at that point? You would quite literally having the price gone right back to where it all started. And not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that make nice moves and all of a sudden go back to where they were, not exactly a sign of genuine power. But to be fair, nothing can go straight up. So maybe the price comes down here, but in this situation behaves like this before curling back upwards. Now all of a sudden, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right there. You'd have lows down there. And if you envision each one of those as stair steps, well, now you have stair steps making progress in the upwards direction. And that's what it's all about. You want to see signs of progress. And again, in this situation, what is the quote unquote sign of progress? Staying above 11.25. As far as key battlegrounds and resistance levels, definitely keep a close eye on that purple line right there, 50 period moving average. But in my opinion, top priority right now is just to show those signs of progress. Next one here, NVDA, and I'm going to be a broken record here, so I'm going to go through this quicker because you just heard me talk about it. But yes, from where the price was at its lows to where it moved here, very, very impressive move. Is there genuine strength? Well, let's see if it can show us the signs of progress. In this situation for NVIDIA, the quote-unquote sign of progress right there at $1.13, because if the price were to come down here and then break down below once more, that would be putting the price right back to where it was. And as I just stated, not exactly a sign of genuine power. In terms of levels of resistance, definitely the key battle right now, all about that purple line. So 50 period moving average, you can see the price approached it and then eventually did roll back over. But as of now, it's still within striking distance. So overall, yes, no doubt about it. Very impressive bounce today. Is there true power behind the bounce? Let's see if the price can make some progress. Next one here, SMCI, and overall, it completed the first phase of what I was talking about in previous videos, meaning, I don't really trust the bulls at all until they can at least first prove themselves, and prove themselves I define as getting above that red line right there, which did occur today. Late day, the price is broken above it, but in other videos, I also comment about how you do want to keep an eye on that purple line right there, and that's exactly what I mean. So broke above that level, it came up, and surprise, surprise, that purple line, again, the 50 period moving average. So the purple line across the board, as you're seeing, is presenting quite the, the annoyance level, but it did break that level. So to give credit where credit's due, definitely makes more sense now to start to suggest that maybe, just maybe, the bulls are in town. But once again, how can we know that for sure? Let's see if the price can make some progress. And in this situation, I'm defining progress as staying above that 36.60 mark for the reasons we've already discussed. So keep your eye on that dynamic moving forward. But all in all, nice bounce. Is it the start of a bigger move? Let's see if it can show those signs of progress. Next one here, PLTR, and this will mean more to those of you that have watched past videos, but if you have, hopefully remember me putting that trend line into play. And right here, the power of charts. Big move up, and surprise, surprise, look right where the price is struggling, right at that trend line. That's not to say that the price can't break above that level, but it is to say that it makes sense why all of a sudden the price is, kind of having some problems moving upwards. But the good news is the price is still well within striking distance of that trend line there. So while that doesn't guarantee anything, it does make it plausible to think that the price could push up through there on Wednesday. So we'll have to see what happens. Again, in terms of areas of support, yes, nice move here, but where's this progress point? In this situation, I would call it right down here at 82.35 because, again, if the price were to come down here, break through that level, then as you've heard me say a couple times, that would be putting the price right back in to this range where it already was, which hopefully, as we've now agreed to, price movements that make a great move and then go back to where they started, not a genuine sign of strength. But yes, overall, nice movement today, knocking on the door of that area of resistance, but bare minimum, got to see if the price can make progress by staying above 82.35. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering very soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box that you can use, or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area on the webpage itself that you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one here, TSLA, and back into broken record mode because yes, very, very impressive bounce from where it was here to where it is up there. But now it's just a question of can this show some signs of progress? And in this situation, the quote-unquote sign of progress, I would call right there at 268.60. So keep a close eye on that if it does pull back more. If it does try to curl back up, then I'm sure you're seeing the common thread. Yes, once again, on Tesla, the 50-period moving average has indeed acted as resistance like it did a couple of times back here, and as it did right there. So if it does try to curl back upwards, continue to watch that. Although last 30 minutes here, looking kind of shaky, but again, even with the big red candle, you can see there's still plenty of opportunity to build and show the sign of progress because the price is still nicely above the quote-unquote progress point down there. But yes, nice day today for Tesla. Let's see if it can build upon the momentum on Wednesday. Next one here, MSTU, and overall very, very impressive movement, especially no green candles. So we went, hours without a single green candle. But now we do seem to have the key battleground that you got to think a lot of people have drawn in. So as I draw on that line, I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to imply that was a great discovery or anything like that. I think a lot of people have done that. And I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same areas and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movement. So no guarantees, but would it be shocking if the price came up here and broke through that level and then that break in and of itself created additional buying pressure? I don't think anybody would be shocked by that. Again, just because if you want to call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, I have no argument against that. So keep a close eye on that. And if the price does push up through there, then the next level you'd want to keep a close eye is that pink line up there, which on my chart is denoting the 200-period simple moving average. If the price does pull back some, let me change that to green for support. Initial area of support right there at $5.65. But from an overarching standpoint, preferably speaking, staying above that purple line would be a good thing. That's a moving average. So as that line moves and gets higher and higher, if the price can stay above there, that would be a nice sign that the price is at least building those higher bases. But yeah, no doubt about it. Impressive movement here. Can the price get the break up through that resistance trend line over the next couple of days? We'll see what happens. Next one, PLUG, and same general idea of what I've been talking about. So we're back to broken record mode, but crazy. Opening 30 minutes was down here, managed to fight its way all the way up there. So very solid bounce, but is this a truly strong move? Well, let's figure out where it's got to show us some signs of progress. And in this situation, in my opinion at least, that quote-unquote sign of progress right there at $1.50. So keep a close eye on that. And as long as the price does not enter down into this area of the chart, then as far as I'm concerned, the price has not gone back to where it was. So that'll be the key progress point. In terms of areas of resistance, all eyes now on that pink line right there, 200-period moving average. You can see there was actually a little bit of a breakout, and then the momentum disappeared and back down the price went. But all in all, it's still within striking distance of that area. And I should note that if you were to say, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? That would certainly be if the price can stay above that purple line right there. But if the price falls below it, not the end of the world, because again, you still have the opportunity to show signs of progress and build that higher low via staying above that $1.50 mark. So overall, impressive movement today. Let's see if Plug can build upon this momentum and continue to show signs of progress. Next one here, FRGT, and I really like the pattern on this one. So going back to that talking point of I'm not trying to press you, this is not some sort of like special skill. I think a lot of people are going to be drawing these couple of lines in pattern. So once again, valid to think that there could be some sort of potential, self-fulfilling prophecy with the pattern here. So just to make the pattern easier to see, let's keep it one color. So we have our area of resistance, we have our support, we have the big move up right there. And then for you golfers out there, try to make it a little bit more visual, put the golf hole down there. So this would be a bull pennant pattern. So no guarantees, but more than valid to think that if the price could come up here and get a break up through the top part of that pattern, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure. So if you like this price range is down below $5, you like bull pennants, here you go. And then at this point, hey, why not? Let's take a look at AMD and go back into broken record mode because, yes, again, very impressive day. Was down here at the lowest and has now battled all the way back up there. But the one difference here that a lot of these other ones did not have, let's see if you notice it. But if you're saying, well, look, hey, this one has actually gotten above that purple line. Exactly. So AMD, I would argue, has had that much better of a day compared to a lot of these other ones because the other ones we've looked at still had to deal with that level. But in this situation, it is now, you can see the purple line there. It did act as resistance a couple times, but has now gotten above there. So again, preferably speaking, won't make the chart look the strongest. Definitely if the price can stay above that purple line right there. But again, not the end of the world if the price doesn't because the main battleground is that level that's going to show signs of progress or not, which in my opinion right here at 98.70. So again, yes, staying above that purple line would make the chart look the strongest, but if the price does drop below it, as long as the price doesn't do something like that, because we don't want the price going back in this range where it already was, then I would say the bulls are doing just fine. In terms of areas of resistance now moving forward, key battleground to watch right up here at that former area of support, which sits right around the 104 mark. So if this thing does curl back up, keep a close eye on 104. But all in all, very nice day. Got the bounce, got the break through the 50-period moving average. But now, like a lot of these other ones, let's see if it can start to show some progress. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, then definitely go get signed up for the free live class. It'll be, like I said, in a couple days, Thursday, March 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. And then as far as these top 10 videos are concerned, as always, if you like these, hit that like button. And if you're looking for a super free and easy way to support the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really does help out. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care and have a good one. And make sure you get signed up for the free class.